Hey guys.
Hi, how are you? We are here today talking about our blog for the week, and that is all about the art of responding rather than reacting. It's a good thing to learn how to do.
It's a useful skill.
It's a useful skill. It's not something I've always been good at.
Me neither.
So it was not easy for me to learn.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, I am a pretty easily frustrated person sometimes, and I don't know what quite makes me that way, but I do know I've always been that way, like easily frustrated, easily like provoked as a child, like all that sort of stuff. So it took me a while to get good at this, but I think it's important because it's helped me out a lot in, the outcome of things.
Yeah, I understand. I can relate. I'm sure a lot of people can.
So taking the time to respond rather than just taking your initial reaction and running with it, I think it's really helpful because it gives us time to consider other people's perspectives and take a different kind of look at things, because we might be concerned about one thing. We might not even know the whole story yet.
That's true. And so you have some steps that you've used to help yourself get better at this.
Yeah.
And so you're going to explain that in our blog this week, yeah?
Absolutely. Check out the blog this week because I go all through it in detail, but it's all about really taking time to stop and breathe and, consider what you want to say. And there's nothing wrong with saying, listen, this is really overwhelming for me. I need to get back to you. Or I'm not sure what I'm doing that day. Let me make sure and I'll get back to you.
Yeah, you have every right to take some time before you make a commitment. And also you should take some time as well in other things where it doesn't involve maybe a commitment from you, but there's all kinds of situations we can think of that we immediately could potentially react with anger or
committing to something that we wish we hadn't. We've all done that. And so I think this has been really helpful for me to kind of take time and figure out like what emotion I'm feeling, because a lot of times when I give a response, I'm really I'm so concerned about like what the other person's gonna feel. And it's like,
you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
Except when you really do.
We can't take back the feelings that were damaged by the words that we said. And so I think finding a constructive response is just really important for me because
it's good for your own mindset.
Yeah.
That's what, that's an important part of it too. Is it's part of, giving yourself a voice and more credit and
and so also we want to know if you're really good at this. If responding and reacting are things that you have a handle on and you know how to properly do it in any situation, first of all, my hat's off to you. Second of all, what's your secret? We'd love to know if you have any advice or techniques or things that you've learned over the years that help you get through things when you want to kind of like fly off the handle, but you know that that's not the proper thing to do. So we're always looking for good advice. We're still learning. So definitely put that out there.
Yeah, and it's a good conversation to have, kind of.
Absolutely.
Different ideas and techniques out there, because
it's also something I'm trying to teach my son, teach them while they're young, because it's really easy for kids to want to like take their first feelings and just fly off the handle. But sometimes we gotta take a minute and breathe. So not only has this been helpful for me personally, but I think it's made a difference in like being kind of a role model for my son and how he should, handle things. So
that's awesome.
That's important too. All right. Responding versus reacting. How do you feel about it?
I feel like there's been a lot of times that I've reacted and I really wish I responded.
I second that motion because I feel the exact same way. There's a lot of times I could have saved a lot of grief and hard work by not reacting immediately. But those are lessons that we learn, and that's how you get better at it, because just like your brain gets better and better at getting angry or frustrated, your brain over time will get better at this if you practice it. So it's not like I just one day turned on my respond versus react.
Oh no, it takes time and knowing. And just for me, really, I think I was always aware that I flew off the handle sometimes unnecessarily, but I don't know. So, just having the awareness and being able to be like, okay, dude, you know, you can say something else to, you know, I don't know what it was. Comes with age and whatever, but like the awareness of having the option to stop, breathe, and, you know, like
address the situation.
And you can just say, you know, again, just a generic, just, okay, I'll get back to you, or let me think about it, or something like that. I mean, it can save your ass. Just knowing that you had just the second it takes to think about that option can kind of pull you back from doing something you don't want to do, committing to something you don't want to commit to,
or behaving in a way you don't want to behave. Like, you know, sometimes we're caught off guard by things that, you know, we usually would react really solid to, but sometimes it catches us and we're like, you know, that happens. And frustration is easy to come by these days. I don't think like, you know, I don't think we're alone in that. But it's actively gotten better since I've been trying to practice this technique and actually put it into place in my life. I'm gonna go ahead and say it for me, like, this has gotten a lot easier to do now that I don't drink anymore. Like, that's been really helpful in cutting out the unnecessary reactive behavior. Like,
yes,
just like,
I can say that I also have an easier time with this since I don't drink anymore. And not just like when I was drinking, but like all the time.
Yeah, my
like
whole life I've been very reactive.
Yeah.
But I felt like I've just learned that didn't help.
Right.
And things are better now that I don't. So, and this whole processing your emotions and being able to respond is just...
It's part of being self-centered in the way that we're trying to promote, you know, for
it's
your
part
own...
of taking care of yourself. Like,
yeah, for taking care of yourself, being in a better mental place, and being... So then you're able to take, like, you know, it's a cycle.
And like, I myself, I don't deal with conflict very well. So when I'm like, you know, obligated to do it, it's better for me when I can be like, you know, I hear what you're saying and I totally get it, but I need some time to think about what's happening so I can actually say something constructive rather than just have shitty things pour out of my mouth. It's been fun doing this with you, though. This whole the whole blogging, video, collaboration every week.
That's also for us, I think, like a growing healing type of process for us, and for just talking about this stuff, and then having, you know, just that's why we're doing this. We're kind of going through things, and then, you know, talking about stuff, it helps us. We just want to understand everything and think about it thoroughly, and so we thought, well, other people must think these things too, and we want to talk about it, or just like we just wanted to get it out there.
And it's like touching back to highly sensitive, like we talked about last week. I think that plays a part in this. Like when I learned that that's kind of like a personality trait that I have, like it was easier to understand like how to get a handle on this, basically, and why it was so important. And self-care is a huge part of it, and that's what we really want to express to everybody is take care of yourself, because in the end, like, you want to be able to depend on you. Yeah. Was there anything else we wanted to talk about or touch on that we didn't yet?
I don't think so. I don't know if we want to practice our villain faces real quick.
We have these really excellent tomatoes from our garden.
Yes.
And we're going to throw in some clips of the garden for you to enjoy, because we like to go there to unwind and relax, and that helps us be able to better respond than react.
Yeah, having time to just hang out and fucking relax, like legit just relax in a place that, like, I mean, that's essential.
That's key.
Yeah.
That's absolutely essential.
Yeah, so we have a nice little space out there that we work on together throughout the summer.
That was part of one of our kind of like goals with Self-Centered, or one of the main principles is like taking care of your surroundings, like making it what you want it to be so that you can enjoy yourself and be comfortable. That's all part of self-care, and really, really important for people who might be like us, who are highly sensitive, or, you know, I know my surroundings really affect my emotions. Like when my house is a mess,
same here.
my brain is a mess. So it has to be kind of a priority, and I consider it self-care because it's so important.
Yeah, because being in a space that we've worked on to make comfortable and fun for us to be in, like,
there's also something about like seeing a place that someone's like fixed up, and you're like, oh, that looks really nice now, and it kind of like inspires you to want to like fix something up, and the next person and the next person, and that's what my whole concept of, you know,
sharing this.
And sharing this and expressing it to others. So hopefully they can
domino effect of self-love and
Self-love.
self-care. That's what, that would be nice.
Yeah,
People need more self-love and self-care for sure.
absolutely. The whole world needs more love. So check out our blog of the week. It is called 3 Steps to Responding Rather Than Reacting. And you can find that on twoselfcentered.com. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and maybe TikTok soon. We'll see.
Let us know what you think, guys.
Yeah, let us know down below. Comment if there's a topic that you want us to kind of deep dive and research or tell you more about, or something in one of the topics or blogs that we've already done that you want more information about. Feel free to let us know about that too. Like, all right, so listen, we want to say thank you guys for watching and taking the time to see our video.
As always, yes, thank you. Fuck, I stumbled.
Hopefully they go check out the blog. And why wouldn't they keep watching us?
I don't know. I mean, it feels painful. It's okay. But thanks, guys.
Bye, thank you.